And I have returned. Welcome back. For those of you watching the VODs, hello. Please do all of the social stuff, etc., etc. For those watching live, we are continuing on with our sulfuric acid build, and Ollie has come to say hello. Hello, Ollie. Hello, my boy. How's my boy? Is he okay? He's big boy. He's big boy. He's really big boy. He's getting bigger, bigger and bigger and bigger. You know how I mentioned that it seems like Dolly's the dominant one of these two? Ollie's bigger. Ollie's much bigger than she is. Like, he's got a lot more weight than she does. Like, a whole. He's over a pound bigger than she is. Yes, pounds. Pounds. Deal with it. Um, he's very much bigger, and yet he loses. He loses the fights to her. The play fights all the time. He'll back off, she'll back off, but he'll back off too, and he's the one who always is the initiator of the grooming. He initiates grooming of Dolly. He always initiates the grooming, which is a submissive act. Anyway, let's continue on as he begins to just sit down and rest. He's just sitting and resting next to me. Good. Dolly also has apparently played herself out as well. So she's resting in the actual cat bed out in the living area on the other end of the house. It's like, "Oh good, you're there. You're actually using the thing." It's always nice when they actually use what we've gotten for them. The actual cat beds and such, that, well, singular cat bed. Unfortunately, they've gotten so big at this point, the both of them, that only really one can actually truly fit inside of that bed. It's a big poofy thing, but it's not as much space as you would think, depending on how you look at it. Because it's got a central. It's like a big. It's a cat bed, so it's this big thing that is really poofy edges with like a central flat part, a smaller central flat part, but this huge raised edge, which, that's good for cats. Cats really enjoy having a feeling behind them on their back. This is why they like boxes, by the way. They want some solid for surface that they are back up against, because that makes them feel secure, because they know that they cannot be attacked from behind, right? While they're sleeping, while they're vulnerable. So they want to hide in that way, and that's why they like boxes. That's why they love boxes. They love boxes. Absolutely adore the boxes. Anyway, things. Sulfuric acid is what we've been working on. Let us work on it, shall we? I need 22 tar processing units. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, come on! Ah, come on. It's like 11, please. 11. Just 11. No. No, the game will not allow 11. Anyway, let's then do it this way, the hard way, the more difficult way. And then I need 8. Oh, so that is 10. I need another tack on the end there. And then I need 8. I'll just do a single line of 8 right over there. Stupid Constructobots took stuff away, so now I don't have enough. Alright, you are making creosote. It doesn't really matter how I do it, but I'm probably going to do it this way. With the central tar. Yeah, central tar. Actually going to do that exact same thing all over again, this time with all the pipes and with power. Hello, Ollie. Are you gonna visit? He's visiting. Hello. Hello, Ollie. Yes, he's just gonna sit there. Yes, you like this chair? You like this chair, mister? I had to switch to the bigger chair just because the other chair that I have is a really poor material with cats. It 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 just rips and tears and all that with the like false leather type of material, so it got full of holes on the back of the seat, and it's much smaller on the back of the seat, and they just like slide. They just slide off of it just because they don't have enough space. This chair, though, this wonderful chair, this chair has space. Space enough for both of them, currently. We'll see how long that lasts. But for now, space enough for both. Now he's gonna start sleeping, I guess. If he starts snoring, though, I know. I don't know if he starts snoring, because he snores. He's got some stuff going on. He in particular has some stuff going on with his nose, respiratory. He's got a little respiratory something going on. Don't know exactly what it is, but it's a thing. Did I research Mill 2 in Factorio? I haven't researched anything Mill in Factorio at this point. Oh, right, I need to, you know, cut and paste. Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Please don't steal. They're gonna steal. They're gonna steal. Oh, good. I managed to get everything done. Everything placed. They still stole a little bit of stuff, but it's fine. It works. Everything was working. Yeah, I have not done anything with military yet in Factorio 2. I am right at that point where I am just starting to automate. Like that's the video today. Actually, is I have bootstrapped belt. I have bootstrapped belt production automation. That's all I have done right now. I have 5 iron ore per second being processed into iron that is going into a bunch of stuff that uses exclusively iron in a really, really bad initial build, but it's temporary. Famous last words. It's temporary. More like, it's permanent. Until I set up my bus. Unfortunately, not a ton of progress can happen when the videos are about half an hour each, and especially if I'm getting constantly distracted by kittens. That doesn't quite help so much. I heard bangs. I guess Dolly has gotten up. I heard noises. Was that my Dolly? Yes, that's my Dolly. I see the Dolly. She is here. And her bell is jingling. Her bell is jingling. As she scratches. This is 8, so I'm going to... Oh, hello. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. This. offset like so. Da 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 da. Yeah, just like so. That. Oh, right. Uh, that. That's the pattern. Ta-da! Just add water. And I'm lazy, so I'm adding 2 waters. There. That's not quite right, but anyway. Shift. Shift the thing like that. There you go. Yes, all temporary solutions tend to become permanent. As is always the case in Factorio. Alright, so that'll produce stuff. I need to, of course, void some stuff. That is producing 200, precisely enough to work with. I need to get this hydrogen out. That way is fine. And then it's 15 reformers. Oh boy. So these boys. Yeah, these beauties. I need 15 of them. Which means I need 16 of them. Yes. That is exactly what that means. 15? No. No. I need 16. 2 lines of 8. Not 1 line of 15. That would be bad. Doing this recipe. Why this recipe? Well, as I said in the first half of the stream, while there is a recipe that is much better on the ratio of aromatics into petroleum gas, it does use a catalyst. All that it effectively saves is tar to make the aromatics. That is all that it effectively saves. In PyBlock, where tar is infinite on demand. Also, Ollie just left because he sees the Logi bots flying across the screen, and he is very interested in the Logi bots going across the screen. He's very entranced by the moving objects on the screen. Yes, there's the paw. He is now pawing the screen. If you see me start to shake, that would be Ollie batting on the screen. Yes, you're looking at me. You want those? You want to see what those hot dogs taste like? You want to see what the hot dogs taste like? Yes, there's the paw on the screen. As he lays down. Yes, just lay down. Just be a calm kitty. So yeah, it just saves tar. So I'm just doing the quote unquote worst recipe because, well, I don't care. Because I have no cares about using additional tar. Like, it uses a catalyst, and I value my catalyst more than I value tar. Right? That's the actual thing to consider, is that I value my catalyst more than I value my tar. And this will be, of course, mirrored like so. I need to get that over there, and like that. It will need to have some glorious, beautiful power. And it will need that power to be capable of wonderful, beautiful things. Let's see. So that's fine, but that's unnecessary. Yes, yes, yes! Get that down there, and we now have something I can copy and paste. That's 8. And that's 16. Yay, we did it! We did the thing. Just make sure all those pipes are placed. And yeah, now I have petroleum gas. This is a petroleum gas build that I can just copy and paste anywhere and have 300 petroleum gas on demand. Just anywhere, 300 petroleum gas. It's super easy. It's only, you know, how many entities? Like, how many buildings is that really? Well, we've got 80 soil extractors, we've got 40 washers, we've got 31. 31? Huh? Why is that 30? Oh, right, because, reasons? I have one too many of those. 30 tar extractors. You know, just casually. 30 tar extractors. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. So before anyone in charge, like King Arthur, looks at this and is like, hey, that's too powerful. No, no, it's not. It's lots of infrastructure that's being spent on this, and this isn't exactly small. My squares for my train squares here, they're not exactly small. They're not on the small side. They are huge. They are greater than 6 chunks by 6 chunks, like 6.5 by 6.5 chunks ish, give or take. But yeah, they're big. They are big, big things. So yeah, from here it is simply vanilla stuffs, completely vanilla chem plants. And I do have enough space for the importing of things. Don't you worry about that. 10 to 4 is a terrible ratio. I just want to throw that concept out there as well. It needs to be spaced out. Why does it need to be spaced out? Because I need water as well for this recipe. 10 to 4 is an awful ratio. I wish it would be 10 to 5. Which is 2 to 1. I wish it was 2 to 1. Like, please. Please God. Like, that's a vanilla issue. No. I hate it. I hate it a lot. I wish it was the 2 to 1 ratio. That would make this so very much more elegant. It would make it a lot more elegant to be like this. If it was actually able to just, you know, direct insert. Just direct insert like that and be at complete ratio. But no, it's not. At actual ratio, it's 10 into 4. But this would still work. That's the other thing, because we've gone one extra on here into 5, it still functions just fine. It'll still be the same output, it's just not a perfect ratio. And that's I'm just gonna build it like this. Yeah, I am just gonna build it like this, but I do need to make sure that the long-handed inserter here is doing more than 2 per second. I'm pretty sure it does when it's a blue inserter set to extra length. Pretty sure that still functions just fine. Doing it this way, the reason why I want to do it this way is to avoid the situation of 20 sulfur per second on 2 separate belts. Also, of course, I need iron in. Let's not... Let's not forget that I do need iron plates being brought in for this. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Just water. Water for the everything. I can actually just do one more tile away and have the water supply for everything. Gib power. Gib all the power. And then attach it up. Really? There. Huzzah! Perfect. Perfection. Absolute perfection. Nothing's wrong with this at all. And there's our sulfuric acid. Yay! So, bring in the petroleum. Just like so. And we've got sulfur. This will change completely when I get access to modules. Just so we're clear, because as a vanilla recipe, for both of these steps, they can absolutely accept productivity. I am pretty darn certain that these absolutely can take productivity modules in them. Both of these steps. Yes, so the sulfur and the sulfuric acid can use productivity on them. And if I had God modules on, they should absolutely be able to take the God modules. But I do not have God modules on, and I have drawbacks on the modules themselves. So the like I don't have the raw productivity modules. I have the red productivity modules that give plus energy consumption and plus pollution, although that doesn't matter. So if we get to it, if/when we get to it, many months down the line, into the modules, that does change the ratios a bit. In particular, it'll reduce the amount of iron that we need for the sulfuric acid, which makes this an even better recipe. Just as a by the way, this makes it even better over time as we get productivity in, because guess what doesn't take productivity? Any of the other sulfuric acid methods through acid gas. They does not do productivity. Just doesn't do it, man. Just doesn't do it. Oops. Oopsies. You there, you there, you there, there. Alright. Lots of signals. Yes. Lots and lots of signals. This is actually going to get used as it is. I don't need this, though. I just need the one input and the fluid output. This should be... Yeah, this is good. It works. It fixed. Something actually fixed. Our iron at sulfuric. it's F. I don't know why. I just always I always confuse F versus pH in sulfuric. Just something about me is like, this should be pH, not F. It's F. It's not pH. Even though my brain expects it to be a pH, it's not a pH. It's F for sulfuric, and this will be S sulfuric 1. And this depot is, of course, D sulfuric 1. Both of them. Both of these things. Yeah, because I expect sulfur to be spelled with a pH as well. That's the other key thing. Is my brain has always seen things specific ways, and like I always, it's like sulfur to me is pH. You are, but it's F. It's F. It's F in this game, so I have to make sure that in the game I'm going to use consistent spelling no matter what. Like, in my mind, it's pH. It will live as pH, just like it's going to live as aluminum in my mind, but I'm going to have to keep saying aluminium just because that's what Pionon used. Just used the European spelling, even though it's not the same spelling used in the US. It's not the spelling as, like, the original basis of the spelling of the word. Like, no, you're just gonna have em, like the other em elements. Try and make the consistency there, even though the spelling without em is older than that. But hey, sure, why not? We'll just go with it. Alright, let's get the iron actually sorted here. I can have that there. You are, of course, going to be bringing me some beautiful, glorious iron plates. From there. Go the correct direction, please. And that's that. Get that there. Get this up. Oh, hey, that's off by, like, a couple tiles. Not by much, but enough. There. Ta-da! Alright. Do the locomotive. With the fluid wagons. The fluidest of wagons. 300 per second. 200 per second is what I have planned this out to. So, 275,000 times 2 divided by 200 is 12.5 minutes. So yeah, let's not wait for the full wagon here. I need you to go to sulfuric, and you are going to do fluid count on that stuff as greater than or equal to, let's do divide by 4 on that. So 150,000 divided by 4 is 37.5. So 37,500. Excuse me. Yes, it does. It does actually have the 0.5. It's just not displaying it because that's too small of a thing to display that value. And then circuit ignition and auto magically, we will have this loaded. Yay! So it's 150,000 between both of these. It's each 175. and it's 200 total. It works! It's functional! Yay! We've functionality! We've done the thing. This entire build makes 200 sulfuric acid. Yeah! 200. 200 in a playthrough that's going to be using several thousand per second of sulfuric acid. Just so we're aware, I need way more than this as we go along later phases of the game. And this is going to be remaining the best way to do this. However, let's also keep in mind the mindset that this is all Mark 1 buildings, right? That should be our mindset right now. It's that all of these are Mark 1 buildings. Once we get Circuit 2s and can start making Mark 2 buildings, everything doubles. Like, the entirety of this infrastructure doubles its output when it's upgraded to Mark 2, effectively. Which means that I would need to double this in the end. I would need to have twice as many of these to actually process the Mark II stuff, because there's no Mark II versions of chemical plants. For some reason. There's just no Mark II chem plant of the vanilla chem plant. Like, Factorio devs, whoop, get on that, please. Like, better chem plants. Better vanilla chem plant version would be fantastic, or an advanced chem plant of some description would be great. That's like one of the biggest limitations, I think, on fluid processing in vanilla, is just you only get one chem plant ever. Like, you get better factories, these guys, the assembling machines, you get better assembling machines over time. You don't get a better chem plant, and you don't get a better oil refinery either. You only get one oil refinery and only one chem plant to do all of your chemical stuff with. That feels like Pi will just delete all the recipes that use the vanilla chem plant. It's already well, King's already deleted most of the stuff, but you know, things like, oh yeah, you need back we go. It needs fuel. So King has already removed the vanilla plastic, as well as the vanilla oil cracking and stuff like that. I'm just gonna back up from here. So basically all of and he completely removed the very existence of the vanilla oil refinery. Like, that's completely gone. But a lot of stuff still uses the regular chem plant. Like, even some Pi stuff uses the regular vanilla chem plant. Whereas there was only one thing that used the vanilla oil refinery in the Pi suite. So if we actually look at the chem plant, there's like all of the solid fuel stuff. Like, you can do solid fuel stuff, and the lubricant, like all of this is vanilla recipes, except this plastic recipe, which is Pi suite. This is a Pi suite plastic recipe using the vanilla machine, as is acid gas into sulfuric. This is a Pi suite recipe using this machine. Kevlar is done in this machine. Niobium processing, 2 steps of the niobium processing setup, I think, are done in chem plants. Niobium oxide plus the complex. We've got 2 organic solvent recipes, as well as a glycerol and zinc chloride and slaked lime and lithium peroxide, and a dedicated explosives, and ammonia from urea, and decalin, which was just added with Pi Alien Life, and the ammonia from abiotic sources, and bisphenol A, And even like the extra stuff being added in PyBlock here. Yeah, and the sodium sulfate from hydrogen from sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. This stuff that I'm planning on doing, this exact recipe. This is basic chem plants. Hydrogen chloride, basic chem plants. Like there's way too many recipes to have to migrate. It's too much work. So they're not going to get rid of the vanilla chem plant. There's just too much stuff to consider there for the moment. That doesn't mean that will never happen. It's just that there needs to be a pie sweet alternative to the vanilla chem plant first. There would need to be an alternative chem plant. So that is the sulfuric acid, obviously finished in this build, which means that now I can work on this, which is the etching solution. This build deserves its own separate square, so that's what I'm going to do, is head up to an empty square to start building this, and it will be completely separate. It'll be providing etching solution onto my train network because I am going to need etching solution for more than just PCB2s. While I could add in the 7 PCB factories in that same location making the PCB2s and add in like the nylon, some of the nylon stuff, and add in the phenolic board stuff into this space, I'm going to need a lot of this stuff. Now, this train station is going to be fairly large. I'm going to need to take some notes here. So what I need is lard, phosphoric acid, sulfuric acid, nickel, chromium, Ln2, liquid nitrogen, and that's it. So it's 6 items, in of which 3 are fluids. And then I need a fluid out with the etching solution. So lots and lots of fluid handling with this particular train station, way more than we've done thus far. I need to make sure that I have rectisols, one of very few remaining things that I haven't requested. You know what? Screw it. We're requesting all of these missing petroleum handling things. Or all, not petroleum handling, coal processing things. Besides the powerhouses, I don't need the powerhouses. I don't really have much of a need for the desulfurizators as well, but sure. We're requesting all of the everything. All of the absolutely everything. Just because I feel like it. I don't really need the sand extractors, but we're doing it anyway. Just no power stuff. That's fine. No powerhouses and combustion turbines, cooling towers, that type of stuff. I can now reduce the amount of tar processing units back down to 10 and get rid of them. I'm also carrying around a few extra DDCs for some reason. I have a few more of those than I think I really need. Let's get that back down to 10. And I think we're good. I, for some reason, also have 20 automated screeners. It's good to have some around. I apparently don't have my request set for the mixers either. I can get rid of the atomizers. Don't need those anymore. Don't need those anymore. Don't need spore collectors anymore. Those are good to have a stack of. I don't need 20 reformers. So let's get... Did I completely get rid of that? No, now I have. I think I'm good. I think I'm okay with all the stuff now. Alright. We are pinned. I can close this. It actually closed, thank goodness. And we're going to go up here to this slot. Because, well, all of this is either filled or has been earmarked already. All of this is earmarked. All of this is earmarked. That just leaves these two and these 7. So I have like 9 total squares, of which these 2 are earmarked. So I have 4, 5, 7. I have 7 squares left right now. I need to expand, and I have the 2 quads. I have 2 quads in here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to use the quads for at this time. Yeah, I'm uncertain. Probably high grade lead silver. Maybe high grade lead silver on one of these. Oh, hello. You can't delete these. Is that a 21? I see a 2 and a 1. What, like, huh? F5. Zoom. Enhance. 2 1? Yes, 2 1 or 2 7. I don't know. I think it's 21. Just enhance. Enhance. F5. That's a vanilla feature, by the way. If you go F4 menu and scroll down, somewhere in here is a zoom thing. Uh, it's not show. It's allow increased zoom. Right there. Allow increased zoom, and it's auto checked on the F5 button, so you can definitely get nice and enhanced close-up shots of like the pie on the back of the doohickey. But yeah, it it doesn't like actually make things higher resolution. It's just making the individual pixels bigger so you can see all of the like individual pixels now at the enhance stage of zooming in. All right, off we go up to here. And I have to set up the station. I'll set up the station first. Train station comes first this time, just because it's going to be big. It's going to be a little sizable, this train station. Just a bit. I need how many solid in? 1, 2, 3 solids. 3 solids, 3 liquids in, plus a liquid out, and this train station comes with a liquid out. Oh, and looking at my notes next to me, my notepad document, I see I was earlier today, because I've been sort of also playing, attempting to learn and play this thing called Aurora 4X. Aurora 4X has name lists, and you can like add in your own name lists, but I noticed that while there is a name list to name stuff after dinosaurs, it is pathetic. It's the actual list of names in the list of dinosaur names is completely pathetic. It's got like 6 entries. Like, really? Is that all you could think of for your list of dinosaur names? So, yeah, I've just been making a list of dinosaur names. specifically, this list is carnivorous dinosaur names, of which perhaps the most amusing of the dinosaur genus names that I have found is one called Irritator, as in irritating, as in that's the actual name of a genus of dinosaur, is Irritator. I was like, huh, that's cool. There is an actual dinosaur named Irritator. 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 I think it's actually pronounced more like Irritator. But yeah, that was amusing. That was quite amusing. There's also a whole bunch of this interesting name component that I'm trying to look for. Yeah, Venator. So there's a whole bunch of names, genus names of carnivorous dinosaurs that have Venator in it. So there's an Afrovenator, which is hunter. It is the African hunter, Afrovenator. And Archovenator is another one, Archovenator. And then Australovenator, the Australian hunter. Which, yeah, that's interesting. Interesting choices of names. Interesting choices of names. And because I have this science background, it's like as I look at these names, it's like, okay, there's Carcharodontosaurus, which is Carcharo is uh, shark, Daunt is tooth, and then Saurus is lizard, so it's the shark-toothed lizard, Carcharodontosaurus. It's like, huh, names that actually make some degree of sense. And a lot of these names are based off of the actual morphology, what they actually see in the bones. It's pretty neat. Although there's not that many actually named after the teeth. So it's like Carcharodontosaurus is one of few on this list of names, anyway, that I'd seen that has a name after a tooth. Teeth you usually see named for mammals more than anything else, actually. Lots of mammals are named for the morphology of their teeth, because that's a big distinguisher among different types of mammals, is the tooth structure in particular. But yeah, my one that I was just like, huh, about was there's actually one called Irritator. There's actually an Irritator carnivorous dinosaur. Very irritating. What was so irritating about it to name it Irritator? I have no idea, but I'm sure there's a story there. I'm sure that there is a story there. Anyway, enough about that little thing. I wanted a list of carnivore names, carnivorous dinosaur names to use for like military spacecraft, because that seems like a very reasonable, creative thing, right? If you're naming spacecraft, let's have let's have our military fleet be named after carnivorous dinosaurs, and let's have a civilian slash not combat oriented fleet named after the herbivores, which there are many. I want to toss out that concept. There are a lot of herbivorous dinosaurs. Just so's we're clear. There are a lot of herbivorous dinosaurs. If you were not aware of this fact, there are many, many. I'm just gonna take this wholesale, I think. Uh, yeah, this wholesale, just mine. It's mine now. Because that gives me my three requester inputs. Ideally, I just have to, like, replace these with, requester stations and wire it up and we're good. I also need to do the thing with the shifting over of 1 on this. Why did I just shift over 1? Because that allows this to go to the bottom tracks, basically. Anything from up here can go to the bottom tracks. I know it doesn't matter so much on this one, but you never know. Things might change as we go along. I need that there, and I need that all to go there. Okay, and I need that reversed, and I need that reversed, that, and we're good now. Yes, we are. We should be good. Shoulda be gooda. Okay. There's that part of the train station. I need another solid in. I still need one more solid in. Because I need lard, nickel, and chromium. If there is a below, I need to find an extra underslung one. Somewhere I should have an extra underslung. A third underslung. Where would I have that, though? Here! Hello! That's the one. It's gonna not look like that, though. Not quite looking like that. Excuse me? But, nah. Really? There we go. That's how that should look. That is exactly how that should look. Okay. We are good now. On that. Am I okay with this arrangement? I think so, actually. Just like I'm actually okay with all this belt coming out here like so, thus far. Yes, this works. This actually works. Okay. That'll be my lips train station. I see lips. It's lips. I see it. I can't unsee it. The arrangement of the rails. Anyway, let me build the stuff at this point. Actually build the infrastructure. I will need a tar, a singular doohickey. So again, it's going to be scrolling down all the way over here. This doohickey right there. Just grab that wholesale. Stick it there. Sure, why not? That's going to be the tar. I'm just going to run on up to build what I can of it. Speaking of which, this infrastructure is fine as it exists right here. Do I need any other Yes, from here, no, I do not. I don't need any of this type stuff. And then it is 2 to 1. It's 2 to 1. Hey, there we go. We did it. It's fine. It works. Huzzah! All that good stuff. I don't need this full infrastructure, but I'm doing it anyway, just because that's my standard unit. My standard unit of tar is 250 units of tar. Oh, I didn't actually get all the... Yeah, that would be important. Yeah, that would be impotent. There we go. Place all that down. All of it. Every single bit. There we go. Oh yeah, I have officially started requesting more than just 10 deep water wells, by the way. I have a request for 20 at this point. Just so we're all caught up on that, I have requested more. And that should be my aromatics. Good, that's 2 steps done. Completely. I need my rectisol. The absolute rectisol. To then make me the Enthra. The glorious and beautiful Enthra. One more. One more tile. Just in case. And then I need my filter to filter into hydrogen peroxide. Trust me on this. This will be quite important later. Several million years down the line, this might be useful. Millions of years from now, doing this might come in handy. Being prepared for shenanigans, future shenanigans. That needs a solid in. This needs a solid in. This will be a shared belt of those solids in. And that's the hydrogen peroxide sorted. Cool. Next. Just the 2 mixers. Mixers? Mixers, there we go. Doinky and Doinky. Making the etching. The etchingest of etching solutions. I am going to actually have it be like so. In reverse. There. The peroxide will do that. Alright. And there we go. Just grab you. There and there. And of course I will bring this a bit closer. This then also takes 1 solid in on each of those. And there you have it. Just add glorious power. Big stretch time! Ugh. Stretch. Gotta get that stretch in. As we are now about 25 minutes left in today's stream, I will absolutely have this glorious stuff flowing. The etching solution shall flow on this day. It shall flow. Autosave is autosaving. And if you're wondering, if you're thinking like, oh, that's not a lot of infrastructure you just used for that, no, it's not. But it can expand. That's the idea. I can expand upon this. I probably have not been within my logistic zone. Just to note. So bots are not close. I stepped out of my logistic zone, clearly. Briefly. Oh, that's not the one. Right. You're going there. Yeah, you're gonna go that way. Ta-da! Alright, chromium and nickel. So you, my good friend. Our chromium are at etching 1. Our nickel at etching 1. Our lard at etching 1. You are S etching 1. You are RLN2 at etching 1. You are R phosphoric at etching 1. See, this is phosphoric is pH. Sulfuric is F, not pH. Phosphoric, pH. Sulfuric, F. Why? 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 Ugh. My brain hates all of the everything. Why are you... Oh, right, because that is not a thingy. My brain cannot comprehend the stupidity. Our chromium. It's inconsistent. My brain sees it as inconsistent. Chromium is here. Chromium is under coal processing. Need more chromium. Nickel. Nickel is rot worse. Need more nickel. What? Unless there's no path. No, there should be... It should have a doohickey. Nickel? Oh, nickel is... Nickel had just delivered to Catalyst. Okay. Chromium is delivering to Molly. So it's on its way. It'll get here eventually. Both of them. Yes, bring me all of my stuff, please. I have the tanks, which is all I really care about. I can finish that. You are at the LN2. LN2 is... where? Not under fluids. There. LN2 is there. Under fusion. Fusion! LN2 is a fusion thing. What? Have I not? I have not. Okay, cool. Ta-da! It's on its way. Always pay attention to if you've defined it yet. Phosphoric acid under high tech. So what are the poll results? I mean, the poll's still running. The poll is still operational. We're not finished yet. Poll is still running until I get to rare earth, and I'm not at rare earth yet. I'm not even close to rare earth. All right, so sulfuric is a vanilla thing. I can put that down. I have not defined my sulfuric. Sulfuric. Get defined. So basically, the poll right now, the current state of it is that the keeping on with this, yes, stretch. Big stretch. Yes, big stretchy stretch. So the current state of the poll is that it is currently just shy of 29% of the vote to continue with PyBlock, which means that as of right now, I would be continuing to stream PyBlock 1 day per week, while then playing the Angels Bob's Space extension playthrough 2 days per week, as that is at 40% of the vote currently. That is how that will go. Now, that being said, if PyBlock ends up at 30%, I would stream PyBlock 2 days per week with Angels, Bobs, etc. at 1 day per week. It's like right on the absolute edge right now. So if you haven't voted yet on the poll as to what to do once I get through rare earth processing, go ahead and do that. For those watching live, I have poll. Go do the thing if you haven't done the thing already to determine what I shall do after going through rare earth processing, which isn't going to happen until after I get PyScience. That is the next thing on the list after getting PyScience. So, with that all said and out of the way, let us finish this build. Time to finish the build. Hey, we've got the nickel, just need the chromium. Liquid nitrogen is here. You can keep going down with that. I do not need you to go that way. One tile. Always. Always one tile. Always one tile. As for you, you're the etching solution input. I don't know if I'm gonna have that coming in this way or not. But what I do know is that I need to get this over here somehow, or get this over there somehow, and I'm thinking it's gonna be through power of underground belts. And then who's who? You're on the left. It's always going to be the case. I have to swap these as we get out over this way. Oh, come on. That-ish? No. Yes. That-ish. Ta-da! It lives just at chromium, basically. Oh. Why? Why am I always blind? I am blind, I am blind. I got confused. I got confruzzled. I got completely confruzzled. Wait, why are you... Oh. I may have deleted everything that existed in those pipes. Anyway. Continuing on, I need the lard now. Let's get the lard sorted. Finish off this belt. Ooh, hey, ooh, chromium. Chromium. It has arrived. The chromium has arrived. Oh god. Train. Hello, train. Welcome. Welcome, train. Lard. I need lard. Lard. Where are you? There you are. Lard. Come thither. Yay, it's actually in the proper pipes now. Ips. It's in the proper pipes. Got the LN2 in. Just waiting on that chromium to arrive, and then waiting on the lard to not only arrive, but also deliver. Unfortunately, the lard is sort of being shipped out from here. This square. This square, right down here. This is where the lard train is coming from. Right down here, all the way up to here. Here to here. That's a bit of a distance. That's a bit of a trip that this train has to make. I should be looking at getting rocket fuel as my fuel of choice for my trains, just to speed them up a little bit. I'm not joking, by the way. Rocket fuel is made out of kerosene and oxygen in the Pi suite, and it's really good stuff. And it's really cheap stuff, because kerosene is basically distillates. Or heavy oil, which, I can convert 3 to 1 into this, but anyway. Did I consider electronic trains? No, I have not. That's a little bit too much for me. Of a potentially exploity type of thing. But yeah, hey, it's a little bit of lard. It's a little bit of lard coming in. Yeah, electric trains seem a little bit exploity, and then considering how many trains I have, also a really big punishing amount of electricity getting used for it. So we've got the fluids for the etching solution. We just need the lard in. So as soon as the lard arrives, we shall have our non-zero amount of etching solution. The non-zero amount, greater than zero etching solution, will be fantastic. All I really need to scale this etching solution is to just paste down this a few more times. Just like this, a few more of this, unit here, and of course all of the outside infrastructure associated with that, um, including extra lard and such to get the etching solution. But for this moment in time, it's okay. Uh, lard is the limiting factor as we begin our process of etching solution now. Lard is going to be like the limiting factor here, so that between that and the phosphoric, let's keep that in mind as well. I also need to actually pipe the phosphoric in, or the etching solution in, excuse me. Once I get rare earth processing done, I will have the ability to make Mukmo, and that will be like the major win. That'll be the win. The win! Because once I have Mukmo, I have all of the lard I could ever desire on the planet. Also, all of the manure that I could ever desire on the planet. Through the power of Mukmo. Mukmo are great at several things. Lard is one. Lard and guts. I've used them for guts, and I've used them for blood, and they are quite versatile. Of an animal in the Pi suite, very very versatile. The Mukmo, the glorious and beautiful Mukmo, the majestic Mukmo. Speaking of which, if I actually look at fat, what is the highest output of fat of the creatures? So we've got 2 from Ulrich, 2 from Augs. That's why I'm doing Augs, because Augs are, generally speaking, cheaper to do. 5 from Mukmo. If I had Arthurians, it's 1 from Arthurians. It's 1 per Dilmo by default. 3 per Scrondrix, 1 per Fat Eye, 2 per Kamout. It's 5 from Vonix, but keep in mind Vonix are much more expensive to make. You could get 3 from a Schrodinger antelope. Yes, like let's totally slaughter our antelope for those particular generic items. Sure. 3 per Zippier, 7 from Tritz. So that's the highest numerical output, I'm pretty sure, is the 7 from the Tritz. 3 from Corlex, and 5 from 6 Cotton Guts. So yeah, Trits. Trits are the main lard. In fact, in my Pi Alien Life playthrough, I used Trits for lard. That was my main lard build, was with Trits. Now, unfortunately, I cannot get Trits right now. They are locked behind at least Pi Science. They are locked to Pi Science, but only Pi Science to start making them, and not anything else. The photophores aren't used until really late in the game, like utility science level shenaniganry. They give 80 blood, which is a fair amount as well, but it's there's other things that give a lot of blood too. And there's they are not a good supply of skin. That's Zippier. Zippier are the skin creature, if you can feed them properly. Otherwise, yeah, these are just big sacks of fat. That's Trits. They're big sacks of fat. They give 6 meat too, but again, easier sources of meat than this. To make these guys, it's a few things. I don't actually need any artificial blood for them, which I find amusing. Huh. So as soon as I have Pi Science, I could just make this and transition. Tree seeds, moondrop, and seaweed and saline versus filtration media, tree seeds, moondrop, and seaweed and saline. both of which are a 70% chance of getting 2 trits. It's just time that decreases, and only 20 seconds. I'm not going to spend the filtration media. Thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm not spending the filtration media on that. Does the building require anything weird? No. The building is not even circuit 2s. It's circuit 1s and such. You can do this as soon as you get PyScience. Like this to get into lard, you can do as soon as you hit PyScience. The problem is you need lard to get into PyScience. Which is a recurrent theme with the Pi suite, if you haven't noticed by now. It's a recurrent theme. Like you'll need lard first to get into the neural processors for the PyScience. Etching. This is actually, I need to rename this to Etching not tilde 1. Etching fluid count of etching solution, which is under high tech, has to be greater than or equal to how much? I'm making like 17 per second. So what's 17 times 120? 2040. So every, let's say 2500 is when you're good to go. And then circuit condition and do your thing. Just do it. Just do it. My minions, just do it. Yeah, like trits are a good way of getting into that stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, they also produce wastewater. I'm pretty sure that yes, wastewater. So they are also a source of urea. Actually, in PyBlock, this might be a pretty good idea to use as a source of blood into urea with wastewater into urea, because yeah, that's tempting. That is very tempting as a primary supply of urea as well as lard. So that's etching solution. We're done with that for the moment. The next step along the way is going to be this build. Yes, it's going to be this build. I think I have the sodium hydroxide. I'm pretty sure I'm making enough sodium hydroxide for all the things that I need it for. It's this into phenolic. So all of this. Can I break down that a little bit further? I can. I think that's all I need to break down. Yeah, this is fine. This will all be fine. For reference, this is going to be a bigger build. Again, separate and provided onto the train network. All on its own in its own separate block. Just because fiberboard's used pretty ubiquitously, I will tweak and modify my Circuit 1 build to use the fiberboard being made through this process rather than through the on-site version that's being done at Circuit 1's. And that would mean I will need a lot more sodium hydroxide being brought in for this than just 15, because I'm probably going to target closer to 30 on here, which is a lot. A lot. I think this is actually more than what I'm producing now in the sodium hydroxide, so probably need to expand that as well anyway. So yeah, lots of stuff. Initial build's probably 15. Just yeah, lots and lots and lots of stuff to be thinking about. Also, this is going to be a mission in and of itself. That's done now. That's done now, and that will be PCB2s. Then it's neural processors, which I should have everything else besides this by now. For the neural processors, if I just go into this and search for the neural processor. Oh yes, Cermet. I have the ability to do the Cermet. That's like the only other hard thing. Nextlet matrix, optical fiber. That's a big one. That's a big one. So we have to do that whole process too, and that's going to require aramid. That's why I set up molybdenum. Optical fiber. Optical fiber needs aramid. For the whatever cores they need. Yeah, something along the like glass cladded core line stuff needs aramid. So we have a lot of ahead of us. We have a lot of ahead of us. Yes, just a minor detail. Just one very minor thing that's left after getting the PCB2s before we can actually get into neural processors. Just this very, very small thing that we need absolute metric tons of to get over the course of the game. But hey, we've got etching solution, and we're fairly close to PCB2s. Yeah. With that, folks, we have reached the end of the stream for the day. What did we get done? We got done etching solution. Obviously, we got done the etching solution. We got the lard. We got lard set up by making Ulrich-based bone meal. You know, just casually. We got lard by doing Ulrich-based bone meal. That is a lot of bone meal. Oh, it's because it's because it's backed up. It's because it's backed up. It's full. Yeah, Ulrich-based bone meal, which was the intention all along to go into that at some point, and just swapping the previous bone meal into lard. That was first thing. First thing was first, followed then by this sulfuric acid build based out of the vanilla sulfuric acid recipe. Not built exactly to ratio. If it was to ratio, it would be 10 into 4, not 10 into 5. They missed such a good trick there to make it a 2 to 1, but hey, no, they made it not 2 to 1. And yeah, just, you know, petroleum gas out of aromatics and hydrogen. Petroleum gas, yeah. And really big buildings, really big buildings, really big buildings. Lots and lots of tar being expended with this process. Lots and lots of tar, lots of infrastructure and buildings and such to make this process go. This makes 200 sulfuric acid per second. 200 out of 300 petroleum gas. It's pretty awesome, he said sarcastically. And then ended off, of course, with the train station logistics stuff and few-ish buildings for my currently planned etching solution. As we work our way towards PCB2s, as well as, I guess, optical fiber and cermets on our way into neuroprocessors for PyScience. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you are watching the VODs on YouTube, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. You can, of course, head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku If you haven't followed me already, if you want to watch these live, you can support Pyanodon's mods development at patreon.com/Pyanodon. And, of course, you can support me at patreon.com/Otaku Showboat. I will, of course, see you all on the next one.